Hi, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Rainbow Ange. Thank you for joining me today. This is day, had to check my notes then, 9 of my 12 cast-ons of Christmas adventure. It's Wednesday morning and I'm about to head back to work after my Christmas break, so it's quite early on in the day here. Finding it difficult to compose my thoughts and get my words because I'm already thinking about things that need to be done for the day ahead. Anyway, I am here to tell you about today's cast-ons. So from here on in, I am expecting there will probably be less progress on my projects each day as I'm back to work, and for the majority of the projects that means I'll only be working on them when I get home from work in the evening. Today's project is an exception to that rule though. I make it a personal rule that if I'm working on a project in the shop, it needs to be from yarn that we sell in the shop. And today's cast on is from Rowan Felted Tweed, which I do have for sale in the shop. So I host 2 groups in the shop today, which means I should get a little bit of knitting time. So I will be able to take this with me to work and cast this on. I'm going to be knitting myself a hat, as well as my 12 cast-ons of Christmas. This hat will also be a project that I'll be working on for my Make 9 along, and also the warm head along, I think that's what it's called, or warm hat, both hosted by Emma of Eldenwood Crafts. And the pattern that I'll be casting on today is called the Barley hat. I know Tin Can Knits have a barley hat, don't they? So obviously this is a lot different than that. This is a hat of cabley goodness. It's a pattern by Lisa Richardson for Rowan, and it featured in Rowan Knitting and Crochet magazine issue 60. And I have yarn for this in my stash that I've had for a couple of years. I purchased this when I was on a trip to London, and I went to Liberty's. This was before I owned the shop, so it's got to be 2 years ago. And I picked up 2 colours in this colourway, which I think is called Ginger. It's colour number 154. These colourways do all have a name, but they're not on the ball bands, but I think this is Ginger. So yeah, that's my plans. I shall be casting this on. I need to snaffle some needles from the shop because, as you know from my violet cap, I'm running short of short tip needles. I need a pair of 3.25 40cm needles. Actually, I may have short tips for that downstairs. I'll check before I go, but if not, I'm hoping I'll have a pair of 40cm at the shop. So yeah, that is my cast on plan for today, and as always I shall be back shortly to let you know how I got on with progress throughout the day. I'm back to tell you about the progress that I made on my Barley hat from yesterday, and I'd just like to give you a bit of a warning to brace yourself, for this is amongst some of the most exciting knitting content you'll have seen in a while. You ready? Here it is. Yeah. Did you believe me? I'm sure you didn't. So I made a brim. I managed to knit 10 rounds of 2x2 ribbing. Isn't that thrilling content? Yeah. So the shop yesterday, first day back, it was pretty busy. We had it was a day when I have 2 groups anyway, so a lot of people were eager to get back into the routine and enjoy their couple of hours of calm. Knitting, crochet, drinking tea, so that was nice. And we also had quite a few other customers come into the shop. so I didn't manage to get my project started at all during the day. Then when I came home, so before I left, I had just quickly snapped a couple of pictures on my phone of the pattern, because I didn't want to bring this massive pattern book into the shop, fully knowing that I probably wouldn't knit that much. When I got home, I brought home a pair of 325 40cm needles. I didn't have short tips in my stash of needles, so I cast on, knit the first round, and then I thought, why am I ending on 2 purl stitches when I started on 2 purl stitches? And then of course it dawned on me, this pattern is written to knit the hat flat. Who's got time for that? Not me. So I took a quick look. I couldn't be bothered to come up here and get the pattern book, but I took a quick look at the other pictures that I'd snapped on my phone, and the main pattern of the hat is charted, so very easy to convert for knitting in the round. So over the first couple of rounds I just decreased those extra 2 purl stitches. No one's really going to notice. It should be on the back of the hat, and it's in that sort of portion, so eagle eyes might possibly spot that this sort of pearl stripe starts slightly wider, but if you're looking that closely at the back of my head, then you've probably got other issues that you need to deal with. So I knit the brim, but then I stalled again. After the brim you need to go up to 3.75mm, and I didn't have any 375 40cm at the shop, and neither do I have 375 short tips, so I am going to have to order needles before I carry on with this project. And that's okay, it started, it's on the needles. So really there's not much to report on that. I'm going to keep the project in my lovely lazy sloths bag that I purchased at the York Makery when we were on a little trip to Yorkshire in September last year. At some point I think I'm going to try and nip to the copy shop and copy some of these patterns that are in these giant books, or just in any book, and then I can shove the photocopies in the project bags and scribble all over them, as I like to do. So yes, I'm sorry for probably what is the least exciting of these videos so far, but some days are like that. I now have the excitement of casting on the next new project. There's only 3 left, so we're coming down to the wire now. I hope that you are continuing to enjoy these videos, and that I shall see you for the next instalment of my 12 cast-ons of Christmas. Bye for now.